Good morning, everyone. So we're just going to start with a little stretch. You guys are going to sit comfortable. So whatever's comfortable for you. It can be like this, cross legs, straight legs. We're going to take the ball in our hands. And we're just going to start with a quick little curl. Have the ball handy in your lap. So hands to the knees. Sit up nice and tall. Take a big inhale. Pull the shoulders up to the ears. And as you exhale, let the shoulders slide down. Let's just do that a couple of times. Inhale up. And exhale. So I want you to feel your sitting bones underneath you, the shoulders sliding up to the ears and sliding straight down. We'll take a pause right here. Let your head fall. The shoulders are now kind of just lowered down, right? Up, hiked up to the ears. Now I want you to open up the collarbones by pulling the shoulders back as your head is kind of hanging in front of the chest and slide the shoulders back to that neutral. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades back together. It should feel like you're kind of poking out your neck. And then inhale, bring it back. We'll go 2. And last one. It does, right? It's different. Yeah. And good, you got into it. So let's do one more. Sometimes you have to work into it. Just bring the ball up. We'll set it behind the knees. I don't want you to do any work with it yet. So hands behind the knees. Seated tall. We're going to let our head just drop. So feel the back side of the neck. You're pulling behind the knees. And now we're just going to round the spine, letting the head be heavy, kind of top of the head, maybe more toward the top of the knees, and sit up tall. And are you compromised anyway? Possibly. Okay, we're going to find out. Oh, and exhale. What's wrong with all of you? Oh, yeah, there you go. And last one. And really open up that lowest part of the back and sit up nice and tall. Take that ball. I crossed my leg over one way. I'm going to switch the cross. And I'm going to take the ball in between my hands. So fingertips up to the ceiling. And then again, those shoulders are pulling down. So I want you to press into the ball and just hold it. So while you're here, if the shoulders starting to do this, keep pressing into the ball, slide those shoulders down the back. And then we're going to release that squeeze. And press into that ball. Really try to push. I want you to feel the back side, upper back engage, and then release. And we'll do 2 more like that. The shoulders pull down. You're pushing that ball in between the hands. And then you're relaxing on the And we'll go one more. This time we're going to add rotation. So we'll squeeze, press into the ball. Keep that press, engage the belly, and just rotate to one direction. I'm going to the right. And then I'm going to let go of the squeeze as I come back to center. I'm going to do that the other way. So squeeze, rotate, lift up the spine, nice and tall. Belly is coming up from the floor. Release the squeeze. Push into that ball. Try to keep that ball as steady as you can. Release. And you should feel, so you're squeezing, belly tightens, rotate, keep the shoulders down, release. We'll go one more time each side. Push into the ball as you rotate. And squeeze as you come back. And one more time. Now you set the ball aside just where you can reach it, okay? We're going to come up to hands on the floor in front of us. Fingertips forward. We're going to step 1 foot back, okay? And then you're going to step the forward foot as far forward as you feel like you're comfortable. And then I want you to take that ball that's hopefully handy near you somewhere, place it behind or under the back leg knee, okay? So that's your resting spot for your knees, nice and squishy, okay? So once you get that top or back knee on top of that ball, we're going to sink down into that hip. So that hip that's open, and try to relax here and let your shoulders be kind of nice and loose. Maybe your fingertips are pushing into the floor and you're kind of settling into your stretch. I know this is intense. So we're going to just kind of go side to side with the hips. So you'll just kind of sway side to side. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe sending the hip out one way, pulling it under the other, and just kind of going over the top of that ball. Just working into this stretch. Pause here. We're gonna keep our hands right here in front of or beside that front foot. Tuck your toes if they come up off the mat. And we're gonna straighten the front knee. Drop the chest toward that forward leg. So your chest is toward the thigh, the forward leg. And we're pushing that back heel down to the mat. So this should be a calf stretch, a hamstring in the front leg. And then you want to lift the toes if you want to. You know, adjust as you need to. And we're going to do this new thing that I really like. Maybe you're not going to like it, but I do. Think of your toes as a windshield wiper. You're going to go internal with the toes, pulling into the heel, kind of pulling the hip back, and then external with the toes. Keeping that little pulling back on that hip and go internal, different stretch, and external with the toes. And now just a slight bend, drop the toes to be lifted. Let's bring our outer hand to the inside of that forward foot, sink back down on top of that ball with the knee, and open up that forward knee out to the side. And when you get into this stretch, you're going to the outside of that foot, so you're rolling off. And you're just going to kind of just feel where you want to stretch here. So pressing into that foot. And then we'll put that back to our center. I'm going to have you take the hands to the outside of the front foot, shift it back. We'll swoosh the ball under really gracefully like I'm doing here. And step that forward foot as far forward as you feel like you need to and drop that back knee on top of the ball. Sink into that hip and just let it kind of relax open. Be careful with the hip here also. I want to make sure your knee is in line with your hip, knee is in line with the ankle, and just relax. And now we're going to start that kind of shifting side to side. So you can press the hip out away from that forward leg and come back over the other way with the hip. And you don't even have to do this. Find that center. So my back toes are curled under. I'm going to straighten my front leg. Lifting the toes if you want or not. Maybe working up to that, but pressing into that back heel. I want it pushing to the floor. Chest is dropped toward that forward thigh. My heel down. My toes are lifted and I'm pulling into my heel. So I'm trying to pull that hip back behind me. I'm going to internally rotate the toes or the entire leg, I should say. And external. You should feel that stretch rolling around on the back side of your leg. And bend that forward knee. Take the outside hand to the inside. You can drop down the back knee onto the ball. Open that knee up. And just this is good. So you get like these stretches that are a combo. You got inner hip, you got front hip, you got thigh. Bring the knee back. We're going to go into just a quick plank. So set yourself up for that plank. Move the ball out of the way if you need to, but keep it handy. And then just let's go for this really length in the spine. So pulling those shoulders down the back. So you really feel your upper back active, your belly is tight. I want to feel like more work is in my belly, so I'm trying to stay light in my feet. I'm going to take that inhale. I'm going to tuck my chin. On the exhale, I'm going to walk myself back. So walk hands toward the feet. You can definitely bend into the knees if you want. And we're going to let ourselves hang. So letting that head just kind of pull you toward the earth, letting those shoulders relax, and then going right from every bone in that spine. So every vertebrae, think of letting go, letting everything relax. Feeling the spine kind of get stretched a little bit longer, little bend in the knees. And we're going to take that ball up with us. So grab that ball. Hopefully it's okay. And we're going to bend a little tiny bend in the knees as we roll ourselves up, belly tight, belly tight. Okay, hopefully my balance is going to be okay. We'll do a little bit of balance, nothing crazy, but I am not challenging myself today on my balance. Not doing it. Okay, so ball is in our hand. We're not going to go big with these steps forward. So we're going to get into a little bit of a lunge. But again, going back to the ball between the hands, I want you to kind of have a little push into that ball. So we're just going to step one foot forward and just hang on right here. Press into the ball. Press into the ball. And we're going to release the squeeze as we push ourselves back up to standing, no squeeze. We'll start with a squeeze, we'll alternate steps forward, okay? So left foot, step forward, squeezing into that ball. And then releasing the squeeze, press up. And inhale. Don't worry about how low you go. Think more of staying upright and maybe centered between your legs. And we're going to go 2 more each side. Try to find more weight in your forward heel. Release that squeeze. Here's your last set on the right. Release the squeeze. Look, everyone's so good today. And press up. We're going to hold it down on this next one right here. We're going to keep that squeeze into that ball. We're going to take our inhale and we're going to rotate toward that forward side, forward leg side. Come back to center, keeping the belly tight, go the other way. Squeeze, squeeze. Come back to center, release the squeeze, step up, we'll go the other foot. Step it forward, squeeze into the ball, rotate toward the forward leg. Come back to center, rotate away. Come back to center, and press yourself up. Oh, yay, can we do one more thing? All right. So, a squeeze as you step, our starting foot forward. Okay, we're going to bring the arms up, press into the ball, take the inhale, rotate toward the forward leg, pressing into the ball, rotate off, pressing, release that press, step up. We got one more. So, stays in front of the chest to start with a squeeze. Extend the arms up, pull the shoulders down, belly is tight, rotate to that forward leg, and rotate away. Come back to center. Step yourself up. Woo! All right. Good. Everyone okay? Took my breath away. All right. So we're going to come down to a seated on the floor position. What a way to start. All right. So just keep the ball between the knees just for safe place for our start. And don't worry about a squeeze. Just sit up nice and tall. We're going to take our inhale as we exhale. Ribs, belly, pull back to the spine, drop the shoulders, hold halfway down, and then roll it up. Sit up nice and tall. Pull up for 3 more. Exhale. And maybe you find yourself going a little bit lower, but really focusing on trying to get to the back side of the pelvis so that you feel that big opening in your low side. Last one. Shifting off that tailbone. Holding it here. We're going to roll it all the way down, nice and slow, knees are bent. Coming down to your mat. We're going to take that ball in your hands and just get yourself situated. So we're going to work on a little bit of this upper back shoulder control stuff. So I want you to have the ball in between the palms. Shoulders are pulling down to the mat. You're in your neutral spine unless you're imprinting for low back reasons. We're just going to lift the chin to the chest as we start to lower the hands toward the top of the knees. So exhale, chin to chest, and just look to the knees. Maybe the ball is reaching to the knees. And roll it down. And exhale, chin to chest. Reaching for those knees. Roll it down. Now we're going to come up, chin to chest, hold it here. I want you to let the shoulders slide and round forward like you're reaching farther, maybe an inch more over the knees. Pull the shoulders back, roll it down. Chin to chest, up to the shoulder blades. Slide them round that upper back as you reach a little far forward with the ball, pulling back, roll it down. You're just kind of sliding, keeping your belly tight, opening up that upper back as you reach above the knees, pull it back. Roll. Reach. Slide them back. Roll it down. And last. Reach. Slide them back. Roll back down. We're going to hold it here. You're going to bring your knees to a tabletop. Place the ball right, kind of maybe right below the kneecap on the top of the thighs. And then I'm going to interlace my fingers, press them against the ball. So my hands, palms are pressing into the ball, fingers interlace. I'm going to start to press hard into the ball as I push my knees against the ball. So I want you to feel, it should almost feel like a plank. Okay. And then release the press of the ball. And you're going to go 3 more like that. So press, exhale, hold, maybe even take a couple breaths here. Belly is tight. And then let's release. We got 2 more. Press those knees hard. Push those hands into the top of the ball. And last one. Press, hold. We'll go for 2 big breaths here, unless you can't handle it. Belly is tight. Hold those ribs together. Big inhale. Take a breath. That just feels like a total plank to me. I don't know why. So that belly is really engaged totally. Okay, so we're going to go into a ball is coming between the knees. We're going to keep our feet on the floor, and we're going to work on that chest lift without the ball in our hands, and then we'll add some more work to it. So hands are going to come at the base of the skull. Interlace the fingers. Elbows will stay as wide as you can make them. Feet are on the floor. Take your inhale. Exhale. Chin to chest. Look down to that belly. Don't pull on the head. And roll it down. We'll add a squeeze. Exhale. Squeeze the ball. Look down to the belly. Inhale. Release the squeeze. Roll it down. Exhale. We'll move a little faster. Inhale down. No squeeze. Exhale. Squeeze. Exhale, big squeeze, like you're trying to pop the ball. It should help with that lowest part of the belly kind of becoming more engaged. And 4. And 3. And 2. And here's your last one. Hold it up here with the squeeze of the ball, your head, chest lifted, hands light behind the head. You're squeezing the ball. Bring the legs to a tabletop. As we lower down, we're squeezing the ball, tapping the toes down, squeezing the ball, come up. Let's release the squeeze now. Tap the toes. Squeeze as you pull up the tabletop. Inhale, dip. Exhale. I'm so shaking. Really weird. Not enough water. And one more time. Hold it here. Chest is lifted. We're going to just tap those toes down with a squeeze. Pull them up. Keep that inner thigh connection. Pressing into the ball. We're going to go for 4. And 3. And 2. And last one. Tabletop the legs, roll it down, set the feet down, take a break. I'm going to keep the ball between my knees, open up my arms and my shoulders wide, and let the knees dip. So knees are going to stack on top of each other, one on top of that ball. Feet are stacked. And then if you want to pull the knees closer toward the body, maybe a deeper, different stretch. Otherwise, just let those knees fall. Let yourself relax. And exhale, come back to center. And then go the other way. Lowering the knees into the chest, grab that ball. We're going to bring our legs to a tabletop and then extend them to the ceiling. So don't worry about how far they come toward the body. I want the tailbone to stay down. Hands are on that ball again, outside of the ball with the hands, palms facing each other. Shoulder blades nice and wide on the mat. Take your inhale. And as you exhale, reach the ball up to its toes and roll it down. And lift and reach and roll it down. We're going to add a little squeeze to this. So squeeze that ball, reach for the toes, and then roll it down. We'll go for 5. Reach. Release that squeeze. 4, reach to the toes, trying to keep that pelvis as still as you can. Just accessing only the abdominal that don't move the hips. And last one, hold it up at the top. Push into the ball with the hands and pull. It's a tiny lift, not a bounce. 3, 2, 1, roll it down, feet to the floor. I'm going to have you guys put this ball up above or between the shoulder blades, and we'll stretch real quick. So, sorry. I know, what ball are you using? All right, so first, we'll find the place where we can kind of open up the back. So the ball comes kind of maybe up higher to the top of the shoulder blade, and then find where it feels good for you to lay over the top of that ball without, impinging on the neck, maybe more neck support with the ball, let the head fall, open up the arms. Let the chest open up, don't worry about any work here, just a stretch. And then I'm going to roll my head over to the left. Roll over to the right. We'll go one more time to the left. And roll the head over to the right. And then sweep those hands up underneath the head, base of the skull, and come up to where you feel like maybe the ball's in between the shoulder blades, closer now, lower toward the tailbone instead of so high up to the head. You're comfortable. We're not going to expand too much over the ball to start, but you are going to keep this neutral spine. So pull your wrists together, let your head fall back, shoulders are open, and exhale, lift without the tailbone coming up. Inhale down. We'll add that little curl in. Exhale. So I'm thinking the movement now is coming from the center, kind of center of the chest. Collarbones stay wide. Exhale. It should be really small. Down and 2. And last one. Hold it here. Now we're going to extend over the top. As we inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Open the collarbones, but not the ribs. And exhale, curl the spine down to the mat now as you lift the chin to the chest. Extend over, find that neutral, and then exhale. Pull the belly down, pull the spine to the mat. Inhale, over. Exhale. So I want you to feel like as you go up and over the ball, the shoulders open wide, wrap around the ball. Pull it off. And last one. Hold it here and pause. We're going to bring the legs to the tabletop. We're going to set it. Keeping that really deep curl and that belly tight. We're just marching. You're pulling your ribs down and together. Okay, we'll go for 3 more each side. Keep the pelvis still. Exhale as you lift. Is it quiet today? Serious. And last one, right leg tabletop, left leg tabletop. Now extend over as you dip the toes down. Keep the belly tight. Exhale, lift. Let's just go for 4 more. That's it. Inhale. Toes don't have to drop all the way to the floor. Inhale, knees dip. Exhale, curl. And here's 2. And last one. Set the feet down. And lower yourself down. Ball behind the neck, behind the head. Let's stretch. As I find the right place. All right. Shoulders are now open up, kind of opened on the floor. Base of the head supported on the ball. Palms are wide, or arms open, palms up. And we're going to tip our head toward the right shoulder. Relax. And then come back to center, tip the other way. You can push into the ball a little bit, or as much as you want. And go over to the right and pause right here. So my head is turned to the right, my shoulders are open. I'm going to drop my knees opposite And let that right hip lift as the knees drop to the left, and I'm looking to the right. And before I bring my head back to center, turn on my obliques, draw my knees back to center, then my head to center. I'm going to turn my head to the left, then drop my knees to the right, left hip comes up, let the knees settle. Come on to your center. So all I want you to do here is come over onto your side. So I'm gonna face, I'm coming onto my right side. I'm gonna bring that ball with me to start. All right. So I'm gonna have the ball in front of me. We'll use it in a sec, but I'm gonna extend my legs long. My top arm is gonna come out long underneath me, palm faces down. You can go however long with that arm, and if you don't like it long, you can keep the head supported with a bent elbow. Okay. Top hand pressing into the ball, right out in front, maybe in line with that shoulder, elbow is bent. So I want you to use the ball to push into as you lift both legs together and up, okay? And then lower them down. So again, this shouldn't be a big lift. You want to be on that side hip, kind of balancing and not letting the ribs, so we're lowering and lifting, not letting the ribs lift and lower. So it won't make it a big lift. And think of shortening that top waistline. 3, belly is tight. We're trying to bring that top hip closer to that bottom rib. And last one, hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it, lift a little higher, push a little harder. Head is relaxed, lower legs, take a quick break. We're gonna bring the ball to the top of the thighs, okay? Or top of the top thigh. I want you to press into that ball, really engage that kind of underarm area that you're pulling toward that rib cage. As you lift that top leg, push the ball into the top of the thigh, hold it there. And lower tap. Press into the ball, it may slide up the top of that leg. You're trying to stay balanced on the hip, trying to keep the toes forward. Belly is tight. That's what's keeping you from wobbling on your hips. 4, and rest. And really push, start to wake up that side kind of glute area. And 1, press, 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 and hold it here. We're going to try a lift. So you can have your hand on the ball in front of you. We'll start there. We're going to think of that bottom arm as a scoop up and over. So fingertips, arm is a little bit rounded, head resting on the bicep. You're going to push into the ball, lift the upper body, and lower it. And lift. And lower. And exhale, up. Inhale, down. There's 3. Let that head rest. And push into the ball to lift. And then last one, hold it here, lift those legs. Legs. Lower legs and head. Lift. Lower. Lift. Try to scoop up and over with the hand. Here's 3. And 2. And last one, hold, 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 lift a little higher, and roll it down. We're going to go right into some more side work. So we're going to take the ball and place it behind that top knee. Right? Head is comfortable on the elbow. Knee is going to line up. So that lifted top knee lines up with that bottom knee, and we're going to bend our knees in toward our chest, kind of like a chair position. But you do have to hug the ball. So now elbow bent underneath the head, let yourself rest there. Top hand on the hip and kind of push that hip away. So I want you to feel that side rib cage lift. And you're just going to bring the knee behind and bring it forward. And you can pull it in closer to the body. And inhale, press behind. Exhale, bring it in. Push it back through the heel. Inhale, knee coming into the chest. Exhale. You should feel a little hamstring, maybe if you're squeezing, flexing, trying to keep the hips from tipping, forward and back, Squeeze it back, maybe that little extra inch back behind you as you press the knee. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Bring that knee in, and we're going to break here. So you're going to tap the knee down in front of the other bottom thigh, circle it up, over, tap the heel back behind. Bring it up and over, knee comes to the floor, kind of like making a little rainbow. So knee taps, open the knee up, external heel taps. Inhale. Exhale. Trying to keep the hips as still as you can and that belly tight. And 3. And 2. You should be warming up. And 1. Bring that knee in toward the chest. We're going to squeeze the ball a little tighter. Press the knee back behind you. Squeeze into that ball with the heel. So pull the heel toward the glute with a flex. Don't bounce off that ball. Hug it and hold it. Take that pause. 3, 2, 1. Take the ball out behind the knee. Knee is going to stay bent right out in front of the hip. Extend that leg straight from the knee out in front and bend it in. Extend, bend. Resting the head, belly is tight, rib cage lifted. 3 and 2. And hold it here, little circles through the heel, tiny circles. 2, 1, and reverse for just 5, 4. Get that heel out to that wall in front of you. 2, and 1. I added one there, guys. Let the ball come under your head. We'll stretch real quick. So take that top heel, bring it in front of that bottom thigh. Push the hip away. Pull that bottom knee closer. Open up the top knee. Shift the hip back. However you get into the stretch where you feel it's enough for you. So if I poke my tailbone out behind me or press it away, kind of feel a bigger stretch. Open that top knee. And since we're here, we're going to stay with that top leg where it is, okay? And you're going to take the ball and put it underneath that foot. All right, and some kind of maneuvering is going to happen. So you'll try to, so I like my toes. And one side will be better. And the other thing is we're not going to be square on our hips for this one. We're going to roll back to that meatier part of your hip on that bottom side. So top knee up to the ceiling, external bottom leg reaching out, and you're kind of tipped back. Hips will stay there. Lift that bottom leg, lower it. So you're pointed here. Your head can be down on the elbow or lifted, okay, with the hands supporting. Squeeze it up. Push down into that foot that's on the ball to lift. Keep your belly as tight as you can. 5 and 4, belly tight. 3, 2, push down into that ball. 1, hold it here. We're going to make little rainbows. Tap the toes forward, circle up, tap back. Up, forward, up, back. Squeeze it forward, squeeze up, squeeze glute back. So bottom glute working a little bit here. Yes. And 3. Push down. 2 and 1. Hover that leg, flex that foot, slide it forward, slide it back, slide it back. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2, 1. Yes, lower it down. We'll switch sides. But first, what do we have? Okay, so we're coming over onto our hip. Other hip. Taking that ball in the top hand, right? Top hand on top of the ball. So you use it to press. Both legs extended, bottom arm long, palm down. Okay, so flexing the feet, getting yourself organized. So rib cage lifted, feet are stacked. You're going to lift the legs up, push down into the ball, lower. Exhale up, inhale down. Thinking of kind of tightening that waistline, staying balanced on the hips. 3, and 2, and 1. Hold, hold, hold. Lift a little higher. Lower down and pause. We're going to take the top ball to the top hip. Okay, hand on top, palm down. Bottom arm is long. All you're going to do here is lift that top leg, press into that ball. So you're pushing into that side hip and then lowering down, relaxing. Squeeze or push that arm toward that ball, that thigh. As you lift the leg, I want you to feel the work. So you push hard to get more work. Keep breathing. Exhale. And let's go one more. And down. We're going to come with the ball in front. We're going to scoop up the upper body now, right? So bottom arm, thinking of that scoop. Legs stay long, pushing into the ball. We'll just lift and belly tight lift. And so you're up and over with that bottom hand, thinking of scooping up, palm to the ceiling. 3, 2, and last one. Hold, hold, hold. Lower it down. We're going legs and upper body. So legs lift and lift. 3, shortening that top waist, exhaling to lift. And 2, push down into the wall. And last one, hold, 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 hold. Long spine. And lower it down. All right, we're going to bring the ball to behind the knee. Bend your legs, bend your knees. So knees are lined up over the top of each other, bottom arm bent, supporting you. Top hand on that top hip, okay? Lifting that rib cage, pressing the top hip away. We're going to bring that knee forward and press it back. So going for that big opening in that hip flexor and exhaling, press back. So that squeeze in your ball works that hamstring. Keep the butt tight and the belly tight. And exhale. And go that extra inch as you push that heel to the wall behind you. Hips are still. Let's go for 3. And here's 2. And 1. Bring that knee forward. We're going to internally rotate. Knee taps to the floor, lift it up, heel taps behind. Biggest challenge here, keeping the hips still, pulling in that belly to do that. Tap and press. Lift. Exhale. Feeling that big hip kind of opener as you externally up, knee to the ceiling. Internal, last one. Knee down to the floor, line it up with the hip, press it back behind you, and you're going to squeeze that ball. It doesn't have to be big, just pull the heel toward the glute. Take that little pause, you got it. 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee forward. Take that ball out, place it under the hand on the floor in front of you, wherever you want. We're going to bend, or the knee is bent. Now you're extending, stretching. Bend it back, extend. So you're extending straight from the knee. Thigh is not coming in. It's staying nice and still. You're just extending from that knee joint. Pressing through that heel as you extend forward. Here's 2. And 1. Hold it here. Circle for 5. Feel the leg heavy, okay? You're circling with that glute, using that glute. Last one, and reverse for 5. Try to keep the hips still. And 2, and 1, and take a quick break. We're going to take that foot in front of the bottom key or thigh, and ball can come under the head if that's comfy for you. So pressing that top knee open as you push the hip back behind Feeling that big stretch. Pull the heel closer toward the body or that bottom knee closer for a deeper stretch. Extend the bottom leg. Ball coming underneath that top foot. So I know my knee probably starts to drop as I do this. That's fine. You're just using, kind of balancing on top of that ball and using the push into the ball maybe to get a little height from that higher lift in the bottom leg. So shift back to your kind of glute medius side. So the hips kind of open up now toward a diagonal on the ceiling. And we're going to lift that bottom leg up, squeeze, and tap it down. Exhale, and come up to your elbow if you want that. And exhale. So even though my hips are tipped back, I want to get deeper into my thigh. That seems to help me. I'm not wobbling. So I'm keeping them tipped back, but still. Squeeze, take that pause at the top, like you're trying to squeeze those inner thighs together as tight as you can. Push down into the top. And one, hold it up. You're going to tap the foot forward, lift it up, tap back. Inhale, keep your belly tight. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Top waist cinched. So you really want that sideline as tight as you can. 2 and 1. Leave it back there. Flex the foot. Slide it forward. Slide it back. So you're just parallel with the floor, moving forward and back, keeping the hips still, pulling your belly in. 3 and 2 and 1, and lower the leg down. And rest. Come onto our backs. We'll do it. Butterfly stretch. Everyone okay? You're quiet. I'm gonna flip around. All right, we're good. We're good. All right. So I'm going to bring my knees, my feet together. And I'm going to open my shoulders. I'm just going to let my knees open up. So don't worry about how big. Just relax, rest. Relax the belly, let the shoulders open. And maybe the weight of the knees is kind of more pulling down toward the floor now. You're really letting the knees be heavy. And if you need the extra, you just gently press the inner thighs and kind of push down the legs toward the floor. And then close up the legs. We're going to bring the ball underneath those feet. So we're going to bring our feet parallel on the ball, knees together. And then we're going to let the knees open just like we did before for the stretch. But we're going to bring the soles of our feet together, knees are open, wide. And you're going to push into the soles of the feet, the heels, and we're going to lift our pelvis straight up. Okay, it does not go high. I'm going to take that inhale, exhale, press down into the feet, push the heels together, keeping those knees open, and lower it. And exhale, lift. So really press those heels together. And I want you to feel low back here. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze those heels. Lower. Lift. Lower. We're going to go for 3 like this. Shoulders are nice and open. Don't forget to press the feet together. I want you to feel that outer glute. And hold it up on this last one. You're going to lower halfway, squeeze up. Lower half, squeeze up. Inhale. Go for it. Make it good. Belly is tight. 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower down. Bring the knees together. Ball comes into the hands. We're going to bring it between. And we're going to work out some stuff. All right. So comfy, knees bent, heels toward the glutes. Open up your arms a little wider than the mat. Palms up, palms down, whatever works. I want my shoulders open. And I'm going to bridge myself up. On an exhale, imprint the spine. Push down into the feet, squeeze the glutes. Reach those knees over those toes. And roll it down, keeping the reach through the knees as you roll yourself down. And we'll go up 3 more like that. Exhale. Keeping the length in the spine by pushing the knees over the toes. Roll it down. And my shoulders come up to my ears as soon as I do that. I kind of shift on my spine. Exhale. Roll it down. Try to go slow into that part that maybe is a little tight. And we'll roll up one more time. Hold it here at the top. Hold the heels to the butt. Bring the arms up overhead. Reach the knees over the toes. Reach through those fingers as you roll yourself down. Hands come up to the ceiling, back down by your side. Roll up again. Exhale. Bridge again. Push those knees forward. Pull the heels back. Bring the arms up. Reach through those fingertips as you roll yourself down. And let's do one more like that. Hands come up and down to the floor. Heel it up. Bring those arms up overhead. Hold it here. Squeeze that ball. Hold. We're staying high with our pelvis. Release the squeeze. Exhale. Squeeze that ball. Squeeze the glute. Hold. Inhale. Release. Exhale. Squeeze. Belly. And 2. And last one. Keeping the squeeze, arms are reaching above the head, roll it down. And take the ball out, set it aside. Okay, I'm just gonna have you guys stretch. So extend your left leg long, draw the right knee in toward that kind of right side of the body. Not outside, but lined up with the hip. And then let's open up that knee to the side. Pull it open, but opposite hip, anchor it to the floor. Feel where you get into that inner thigh. So you need to circle the knee down a little bit, keeping that left side down. And then bring it back into the body. Stretch the leg up. Draw the leg a little closer towards you. Press that hip away. So right leg pulling in, right hip pressing away. And bend that knee. We're going to stretch it out one more time. Exhale. Stretch it out. Pull that hip down to the mat. Bend that knee. Place that foot down. Extend that leg long. Pull that left knee in. Start to practice anchoring that right hip down. Pull the knee out to the side. Pulling that right oblique. So that little oblique that's right around that hip. Pull it down. Open up that knee to the outside. Bring it back in line with that left side of your body. Extend the leg from the bent position. Shoulders are open. Draw the leg a little closer. Shift the hips so you're squared off with the floor. Bend that knee. And we'll straighten one more time. Place that foot long on the floor. I'm going to have you pull your right knee back into your chest. Extend that leg. We're going to scoop the belly up, and we're going to start to roll ourselves up as we lower that leg and walk our hands. So you can use it as a little bit of a lever. Sit up tall, forward fold. Little flex of the ankles. Head heavy. Yeah. We have to roll up home. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to bend that knee we just rolled up with. Curl it down. This shouldn't be a lot of work. Not making it lots of work. Stretch that leg out. Now pull that left leg in. Opposite leg. Stretch the leg up to the ceiling. Take your inhale. And as you exhale, start to lift the chin to the chest. Let that leg lower. Forward fold over that leg. The legs, both legs. And collapse. Okay, lots of breathing, not a lot of talking. Roll yourself up. You guys are done. Good job.